my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada.
Well, hello Grenada, Carriacou, Pity Martinique and the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Live program, people. This is News Discussed, Not Told. We are always happy to be here with you to tell you all that's making the news here in Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, the wider Caribbean and the world. News Discussed, Not Told, people. You'll be hearing about things you've never heard before. You'll be hearing about undiluted perspectives. You understand? So brace all yourself. The thing go night tonight. Well, as usual, here we're going on, people. Let us talk about what's making the headlines. 13-year-old charged with non-capital murder in Grenada. Kirani James is in Grenada for the Grenada Invitational. Man knocked down by vehicle in the city, boy, and people get ahead, people get harassed, and I mean, we'll tell you why. St. Andrew resident found hanging on the weekend. Man charged with non-capital murder. Incident that happened last Friday. Vicentia National sent to prison here in Grenada, and we will tell you why. Here's this one. The council, General Council, the Grenada Football Association, they have suspended 5 of the executive members. The same executive members who suspended the president, and then he was reinstated. These 5 persons are now suspended by the General Council. I ain't making it up. So we go tell all you about that. And so Friday we were also telling you about the incident that happened at Carriacou, where a man doing some work on a house and something might have happened. The building fell on him and he died. He's actually from the mainland. Then we have Nawasa advising of service interruption. So we have a real thing to tell all you about. So here we're going on, people. Share the program. Let people know that the things start. You know what I mean? Tell your brother, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, your ex-wife, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, everybody. Just tell them the program start. You see, when we come back, it gonna be real news in all the Lily Lolo. We want to remind all you that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean, Colombian Emeralds International, and WPG10. For those of you who are viewing via Facebook, again, it is important that you share the program. Welcome to the viewers on cable TV channels 10 and 11. We will be back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Saturday, April 13th is the date. 4 p.m. is the time. It's the 3rd annual Grenada Invitational. World-class athletes, world-class performances, and a world-class facility. Come see Olympians Andre DeGrasse, Shellyan, Fraser Price, Braylon Toplin, Asafa Powell, Lyndon Victor, and the cast of superstars at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Tickets are now on sale at godofed.com. Grenadian Optical, Duty Free Caribbean, Maxis Bar, and Venus. Saturday, April 13th. Grenada Invitational. See you there.
McIntyre, top of the screen in the colors of Grenada with a bit of a lead.
To keep it fresh, chill it. To get it hot, cook it. To keep it clean, wash it. Do all that and more with top brand appliances from Quartz. Try that recipe on a new stove. Keep those fruit bowls chilled in the latest design fridge. Get laundry done with a brand new washer and dryer combo. Purchase any Whirlpool product and get a chance to win $8,000. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing until June. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Yes, I people, so you got to get ready for that. You know, a lot of things to look forward to, boy. Grenada, we go nice, you know. Yeah, man. All you. Housekeeping matters. So the first thing that we need to tell you about is that the National Water and Sewage Authority, that is NAWASA, wishes to advise consumers in the Hermitage and surrounding communities in the parish of St. Patrick that due to network maintenance, you will experience an interruption in your supply between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Tuesday, April 9th, 2019. Now, consumers, you are therefore advised to collect and store water in clean, covered containers prior to the interruption in your supply. Consumers, you are also advised that although the system will be reopened at 4 p.m., some, especially those on high elevations, may receive your supply within 2 hours after the scheduled restoration period. The authority apologizes for any inconveniences that is likely to be caused as a result of this. All right, and they say please bear some patience with them as they will be working towards the delivery of a safe, adequate, and reliable water supply. All yeah, the general public, you're hereby informed that the addendum as at March 31st, 2019 is published for inspection, the raising of claims, objections, and revision. This process is for 7 days from April 8th to the 15th. Now, the addendum can be found in each constituency at post offices, police stations, medical stations, parliamentary elections constituency offices, and other public places. Now, please be advised that the closing date for submissions of information to the registration officer in connection with any claims for inclusion in the addendum or objections to any name which should not be included in the addendum is April 15, 2019. Now, everyone, and particularly those who are registered during the quarter January to March 2019, you are advised to inspect the addendum to ensure that your name is properly included. The addendum should also be checked to establish whether there is any names included in it that should not be there. The list of names of the registration officers, their constituencies, addresses, and so on, you'll be able to find on our website sometime during the course of the night, because we will post that up there for you guys. All right. Oh yeah, we are getting ready for the Grenada Invitational, and guess who touched down today, boy? The king himself, King James, King Kirani James. The man had a convoy, you know. The man had a convoy. Police in the vehicle, police in the front and police in the back, and a couple of vehicles and things. I ain't making it up. So we were asking him how he felt to be in Grenada, to be part of the Grenada Invitational and all that, you know. And this is what he said.
It's always exciting to be back regardless of whatever the reason is. You know, so to come back for the meet, I missed it last year. It's always good to come and support. Things that are happening, things that are positive. So, yeah, I'm just happy to be back.
What are you looking forward to most for the Grenada Invitational?
Well, as long as it's a competitive meet, as long as all the athletes enjoy it, so it's all about the athletes. As long as they enjoy it, they have fun, enjoy the country, then it's a win for everybody.
Yeah, man, I want to know why you're eating and drinking to stay so healthy. You know what I mean? Since my grandmother was a little child, she telling me about bush. Right now, I'm drinking some bush on the program, but I don't find that doing nothing to me, you know what I mean? So anyway, partners, big up all yourself. Yeah, a little lemongrass, a little big thyme, a little ginger, with a little bit of honey. You drink that every night and thing. That's what the potency, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Kiani maybe does eat something that maybe real dashing and Kiani maybe does make dashing tea and all kind of thing, and make a dashing and thing alone make man strong, so real stamina and kind of business. Yes, no man drinking bush. Yeah, that be there. Anyway, let me go. Oh yeah. So on the weekend we had the Pure Grenada Cup launch. The first few games, boy, mass in the place, boy, games in all the little lolo. So we were there to take a little piece of the whole business, something like that. You understand? All it was really good. You understand? Like top class games in the country. You know what I mean? So St. Patrick's Crown City Strikers, they are the defending champs. You understand? They played, but they got defeated. They got beaten. In their first encounter. You understand? They played in one of the featured games. It was a double header. They lost to St. John Dolphin 2-0. You understand? The goals were scored, one in each half. In the 37th minute by Damian Ross, and from the penalty spot in the 82nd minute by Garth Thomas. You know what I mean? There was another game, boy. St. Andrew Big Parish Stars, they came up against St. Mark's. St. Andrew 3. But the real place, St. Mark's, well, it was a struggle, but a small thing. You understand? No people. You understand? But it was nice. Football games and thing, brought to you by Mikey Live production team and thing like that. All give the program a clap, no man, we doing thing, take all the time with us, Yeah. Anyway, let me go again. No, hear that one. A man was knocked down today, boy, in the city. And people, for some reason, people get real sick, you know. You know what I mean? That popular man always be on the street there by country kitchen and thing, you know, ting. You know what I mean? So he was knocked down. Well, in the video, you could hear people saying things, you know what I mean? You could hear people speculating what would have happened and stuff like that. You understand? He stayed there for a while, and then the ambulance and thing come and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But them people is sick, boy. People is sick. They get like a heart and thing. We don't know what happened, but they were saying things on the video which was sent to us by one of the eyewitnesses. He was later ushered away by the ambulance for treatment. We are not sure how he's doing now because we were not able to get an update on that. But we do hope that he is doing all right. You know what I mean? Yeah, boy, I struggle, you know. You understand? They were saying he was hit by a lady, and then the lady was allowed to leave the scene. The lady didn't stay on the scene, and you know that kind of business. The video there on the program. You know what I mean? Yes. Oh yeah. We're moving on. The next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, Vincentian National. Get yourself in some real trouble in Grenada, you know. Yeah, you had to go to court and thing this morning and thing. He served 8 months at Her Majesty's Prison on remand for 2 drug-related offenses. He was sentenced to a 2-year jail term today. Cosmo Francois. He appeared before the Grenville Magistrates Court, where he pleaded guilty to trafficking a controlled drug and possession of a controlled drug. Now, according to the prosecutor, the accused hails from Rosemount in St. Vincent, and he was intercepted by police about 8 months ago aboard a fishing trawler in Subi St. Andrew, and in his possession was 18, you hear me? 18 bags of the illicit drug, cannabis, which had amounted to 655 pounds, you know. I'm making it up. You say 655 pounds of the business, you know. But now a lot of money, you know. Eh? They said that the drugs, listen to this, you know. The drugs carried a street value of $1,485,540. I don't even have enough bread to without that kind of money in a partner. Yeah, no. Eh? Listen to me again. Hold on, let me say it again. Hold on, let me take a $1,485,540 in drugs. Now, following his 2-year prison term, the accused will be deported back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I wonder what they do with the drugs. What I'm saying is, I hope all you keep it there when we're ready to sell, when we're ready to export and make our money and fix the hospital. We didn't play that, you know. Anyway, more bush in all the lily lolo. And I beat, how we looking? Yeah, let me go again. Oh yeah, hear that one, eh? I really don't want to get it cold now, boy. Anyway, fighting it. Hear that one. You remember back a few months ago, there was a whole situation with GFA, the Grenada Football Association. Let me refresh all the memory, you know.
Vice President, I think he chose.
You understand? You all remember that? You all remember that? Right? So that there was a press conference held by these members. One of the members were missing. Now, they are all members of the executive of the Grenada Football Association. Following a court matter that was just concluded that involved the president, Chenny Joseph, and thing, they decided, hey, there's a section in our constitution that spoke to persons who've been within the court system and has a criminal record and blah, 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 and so. So they thought that they had the support of the Constitution in suspending the president. Provisional suspension pending further investigation and stuff like that, you know, to determine a way forward. Then the FIFA then wrote and said that the dismissal or the suspension wasn't really in keeping with the expectation of FIFA and the Constitution. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, and so the president was then reinstated. Fast forward to now, Saturday. The Council of the Grenada Football Association, GFA, met at the conference room there. 22 delegates and several observers attended this important extraordinary meeting, according to a press release from the association. This was the first meeting of the council following the provisional suspension of President Joseph on January 26, 2019. Now, this council meeting was requested by the members of the council with a packed agenda with several matters relating to the suspension of President Cheney Joseph. The executive members suspended are Second Vice President Francis, that's Patrick Francis, he got suspended following this meeting. Women's Representative Renee Samuel, Director for St. John Randy Campbell, Director for St. George Neil Gibbs, and Director for St. Andrew Peter Blair. No. They say other matters were done for discussion. Amendments to the statutes for the return to the club. Sorry, let's say that again. Amendments to the statutes for the return to one club, one vote. Now, this matter was defeated, which implies the continuation of the conference representation structure. Disciplinary procedure against the 5 members of the executive that voted for the suspension of the president. They say after much debate, the council voted for the suspension of the 5 executive members who moved the motion to suspend the GFA president. They are saying also coming out of the meeting is that the GFA council also elected Mr. Luther Rennie as the Carriacou and the Petit Martinique representative on the executive. Somebody say drama gallo. Well, I never hear that yet. Eh? Let me leave that talk. I ain't come here for that. You understand? Let me leave that talk. Let me go and see what me Poppy and them doing before I come back to the program. Eh? Alright. Hey, I look good, man. You understand? I ain't putting my mouth in them kind of talk. Let me make sure my dog and them fine. And then, yeah, boy. Make sure I'll eat and I'll take a rest. Alright, let me go back on the program. How are we looking for time? Oh, yeah. Be good to animals. You understand? They are man's best friend. Let me leave that talk. We go into another story. Now, serious business on the program now. Serious business. Alright? Now, the first thing that we have to tell all you is that the police was really busy on the weekend. The police was really busy on the weekend. Accidents here, there, and everywhere. So many accidents. I'm putting up none on the program. If all you want to go on the page and all you go see accident all over the place. Although hearing. But anyway, lately that talk, because not all of the accidents, they are accidents. It's not like they're intentional. We're just saying that we should be a little more vigilant. Things happen, you know what I mean? So let me do that talk there. Earlier, we have to tell you about a situation where a man who was found dead on the weekend. And so the police say that they are investigating that matter, boy. You know? They're investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a Telescope resident. Died on Saturday. Kindon Mitchell, a 37-year-old vector control officer. Now, according to police, he was found hanging in the doorway of his bedroom sometime around 1:30 a.m. Saturday. They say an autopsy report revealed that he died as a result of asphyxia by hanging. their investigation into this is ongoing. You know, it's a popular guy. You know, it's a very popular guy. But in another matter, people, that we have to tell all you about, boy, police are investigating an incident which left one man dead. St. Andrew resident charged with non-capital murder in the stabbing death of Leon Fletcher has been remanded to Her Majesty's prison. The man being escorted right now to court on your screen. You understand? Now Leslie Hitlal, 39 years of conference, appeared at the Grenville Magistrates Court today, Monday. He will reappear in court on Monday, 29th April 2019. Fletcher, 46 years, also of conference, was discovered close to his home, unresponsive, with multiple stab wounds to the body on Thursday, 4th April 2019. Now, an autopsy revealed that he died as a result of hypovolemic shock. Police say that they are continuing their investigations into this incident, into what happened, you know, that caused this, you know, this death of this man. No, folks, we ain't done yet. There are more incidents that we need to tell you about. This man died in Carriacou. We were telling you about that on Friday. Tragic death of this man who was there to work in Carriacou. He's actually from St. Andrew. He go there to do his work. So police are investigating the death of this St. Andrew resident. He died on Friday. Godwin Anthony, 55 years old, is actually of a telescope. They say he was amongst a group of men demolishing a house at Mount Pleasant's Carriacou when the roof collapsed and fell on him. According to police, he was pronounced dead at the scene. An autopsy is pending to determine the actual cause of death. Some crazy stuff, you know. And while we are at that, what we can talk about too while we're in Carriacou, a 13 years old, no, I misspeaking, I telling all that. I ain't misspeaking, that's a fact. A 13-year-old has been charged with non-capital murder following the death of a Carriacou resident. Again, we were telling you about that on Friday. That's when all the missy program, all doesn't, you just have to follow. I hope all of the missy program Friday, because all gonna know what we're talking about now. Yeah? 13 years ago. You know? The law doesn't allow us to call his name. If I call name, they know I get in jail. And it's a long time now. I check my jail bag. Them things might expire. If the plastic bag it in and all might expire. So we can't talk about names when it comes to the minors and them, you know? When a minor gets self in any kind of business, you can't call name and things like that according to the law. So I can't call name. What I could tell you, Patrick Allert, 41 years, he's a laborer of Mount Royal, Carriacou. He died on April 3rd, 2019 at the General Hospital here in Grenada. What happened? He was struck to the front of the head with a piece of wood, according to police. You understand? I ain't saying it, I wasn't there. Somebody sent me a message already tonight about how the incident played off, because the woman said I was there, Mikey, and that's not how it happened. But here what, we have to go based on what the police say. They're doing the investigation. So according to the police, you know, they do the little research and the little investigation. He was struck to the front of the head with a piece of wood. Now, the incident occurred on Friday, 29th March 2019. An autopsy report revealed that Allert died as a result of a fractured skull. Now, the teen who appeared at the Grove Magistrates Court on Monday, that is today, was remanded to the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation Center and he will reappear in court on April 16, 2019. That's just a couple days from now again. You know what I mean? Yes. Why, boy? Or going on in the place, boy? You know? We had a, you know what I mean? Conflict resolution and thing now. All you find. Yeah, we had to find better ways of dealing with our anger and things like that. Now, speaking of a 13-year-old, I want to take you to Trinidad for a moment. A 16-year-old boy who walked out his grandmother's home to get bread and sausages for dinner was gunned down near his home on Friday. Why? Why? According to reports, people, and I'm not making it up, according to reports, for his cell phone.
8 bullets. My child is 8 bullets off our phone. Listen right. Listen right.
A heartbroken Giselle Vaughan's consumed with grief as she comes to terms with the murder of her son, Akil Philip, who only turned 16 just last month. Shortly after 9:30 last evening, gunshots pierced Rebecca Trace in Laventille. To the family's horror, it would be the St. Anthony College student who was discovered lying in a pool of blood. Preliminary reports suggest the boy may have been killed for his Samsung S5 cell phone.
He went to the shop, he had the headphone in his ears, and like he had the phone on him.
He had the phone.
Back, cause when he coming back.
And he coming back with
the bread and the thing to eat.
The thing to make the dinner for him. I inside and I hear pop, 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 pop. And I hear my grandson screaming. And I call my son, I said, Joel, that sound like Akil. Joel run out in front. When he come, he said, yes, mommy, look, Akil lie down here bleeding.
Clinging to whatever memory she has of her grandson, Cynthia Vaughan's donned Akil's school shirt as the tears flowed from her eyes. Giselle, who has 2 younger children, said her son was never a troublemaker and was only bent on uplifting his family.
Last week, before mommy, I'm going to make you proud again. I'm going to give all the passes you want. You want 8 passes? I'm giving you 8 passes. Mommy, I'm going to make you proud. You will never regret my child could be in anything.
Cynthia said she never expected crime to hit so close to home and issued this message to parents.
So some of our parents who know their children had the gun and the ammunition, please take them and carry them to the police. Because that is something I always used to tell my children them. Anytime all in this bad boy thing, I carry all it to the police. I tell my son, and he's 35 now. And I never have a problem with it. Because when he go into school, I used to search his bag. When he come from school, I search again.
Giselle and Cynthia said they tried their best to shelter and protect the 16-year-old boy and labelled his killing as a senseless act. Jesse Ramdale, CNC3.
It was a...
Yeah, boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway. You will recall, we told you about a bridge last week that some villagers decided to burn because they had issues with the condition of the bridge. So, if you want people to pay attention to your plight, you burn the bridge you cross. Now, things have taken a different twist since we last told you about that story. Now, a Princestown man is living in fear, he says, after a group of men broke into his house and beat him in front of his wife and his 2 children, accusing him of burning a bridge in the village, which left the residents marooned. Luke is his name. He's a 32-year-old. He denied and continues to deny that he set fire to the bridge, and he was pleading with the police commissioner, Gary Griffith, to intervene in the matter, as he claims the police were not taking his report seriously. Now, last Friday, the wooden bridge near his home was set on fire. Firefighters were able to extinguish the blaze. However, on Tuesday, they say arsonists returned and finished the job. I'm making it up. They returned to finish the work. burn down the bridge. Now the bridge, as you can see now, has since been cut off by police and is now impassable. So he went to police and he's showing on the media too, to show them all the bruises and all and thing. He said, my whole head, my 2 legs swollen, or my back have injuries. He said that they drag him on the ground and they beat him with wood on his head and all kind of thing. He said, nah, me what do it? But somebody did. Or maybe a few persons did it. Maybe not just one person, a few persons. So he pleading, he begging all to please help. I was not the one to burn the bridge. You understand? Anyway, how we looking? How we looking? Now, although we are experiencing a drought, there still needs to be conversation about the hurricane season. Now, usually around this time, you will get people talking. The experts are starting to talk about what they can predict for 2019 for the hurricane season. Now, in this report, you'll hear that at least 13 storm systems should reach tropical strength and get a name in 2019, with 5 becoming hurricanes and 2 spawning winds of 111 miles per hour or more. All right, that's according to the first set of predictions for 2019. Here's this report.
Slightly below average. That's the forecast for the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season from Colorado State University. Dr. Philip Klotzbach presented the forecast for the upcoming hurricane season from the National Tropical Weather Conference in Texas. So what can we expect this hurricane season? The experts say due to signals of El Nino, that is warmer water along the equatorial Pacific, a slightly below average season is expected for the Atlantic basin. The first forecast of the season calls for 13 named storms, 5 hurricanes, and 2 major hurricanes, that is Category 3 or higher. That is in keeping with long-term averages, although scientists think that climate change is generally making stronger hurricanes more common. Dr. Klotzbach is, however, warning that even a near-normal season can be devastating, pointing to the 1992 near-normal season in which Category 5 Hurricane Andrew made landfall in South Florida and became the most costly hurricane in U.S. history. Since then, 5 hurricanes have topped Andrew, including 3 since 2017, Harvey, Maria, and Irma. Klotzbach says there is still quite a bit of uncertainty in the forecast for the season, and an update to the Colorado State University predictions will be issued on June 4th. An average season has 12 tropical storms, 6 of which are hurricanes. In 2018, 15 named storms developed in the Atlantic Ocean, 8 were hurricanes and 2 were major hurricanes. 2017 saw an extremely deadly hyperactive season. In fact, it was the costliest season on record, with damages of $282 billion. The annual hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.
Thank you very much, Joachim. And let's come back home for a bit. And what we're about to tell you is that the government of Grenada, through the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, has taken the bold step to approve the gender policy. What am I talking about? This is as a result of a direct response to gender relations in Grenada. Now, Thursday, April 4th, saw the launch of the Inter-Ministerial Council of Gender Focal Points. Delroy Lewison has the details on that.
On Thursday, representatives from the public sector and civil society gathered at the Public Workers Union conference room to witness the start of the opening of the National Consultation on Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment and the launch of the Inter-Ministerial Council of Gender Focal Points. This came on the heels of a rigorous 2-day discussion and training, which brought together individuals to discuss issues relating to gender mainstreaming. The launch of the council signals the implementation of the gender policy, which was recently approved by Cabinet. Addressing the gathering, Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, the Honorable Delma Thomas, says gender equality is a human rights issue which must not be taken for granted.
Gender equality is not a foreign idea. It is a very Grenadian value enshrined in our Constitution. The first chapter of the Constitution states that everyone is entitled to their fundamental rights and freedom without regards to race, color, creed, sex, or other difference. It further states that no one should be discriminated against on any of these grounds.
Deputy Representative, UN Women Multi-Country Office, Tonyan Brodba, noted that this move by Grenada transcends national recognition, calling it a regional milestone.
The fact that Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique are launching this fantastic interministerial council of gender focal points is a critical moment, not only for Grenada, but for the Caribbean, in positioning gender equality not as a silo issue, not an issue that only needs to deal with women, but as an issue that has to do with development, with sustainable development.
Chairperson of the Council and Senior Program Officer for Gender and Family Affairs, Elaine Henry McQueen, speaks to the importance of the Council.
So why do we have a council? That council is there so that we can work together, those of us from all those different spaces, to share knowledge, opportunities, challenges, give support to each other, share ideas, and so on, and ultimately to prevent the silo approach.
The aim of the national consultation is to identify the progress, gaps and priorities on gender equality and women's empowerment in Grenada. Reporting, I'm Delroy Lozan.
Thank you very much, Delroy. So now that we're speaking about equality and gender equality, when are we going to have a conversation on statute equality? If a man shot, that don't make him any less able to be, shouldn't in fact, a police officer or have any other roles of that nature. You know what I mean? So all the jobs that requires you to be a certain height, it makes people feel bad. You know what I mean? So I speak on behalf of people who are below 5 feet. You know what I mean? Hello? You know what I mean? Give a short man a break. You know what I mean? There should be a council and a focal point for short people too. That's all. And listen, I ain't even joking about it. You don't see no smile on my face. You know? A short man could be a police. If he can't juke a man eye, he go kick him in the... Alright. But anyway, a short man could be a police. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Let me leave that talk there. Yes, we had to get a focal point for short people too. And I'm waiting, I'm thinking equality and a little talking nothing about people which, you know what I mean, and then kind of thing there. Right. Okay, here's this one, boy. Get your own set of wheels with a vehicle loan from the GUT Credit Union. That's right. Brand new or used, that's okay. No processing fee. Rate so low, you'll think it's a dream. We're talking about the GUT Cooperative Credit Union. Get a chance to win a 100% rebate on your vehicle insurance. The GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong. Remember, terms and conditions apply. The next thing that we had to tell you, boy, you know what I mean? Don't forget the grand open. Well, it has already open, so now you gotta go check it out. We're talking about the Special Touch Variety Store, and they say something for everyone. Phone, clothing, accessories, shoes, bags, you just name it, dresses, thing for man, thing for woman, thing for children. You know what I mean? They are located at Market Hill, St. George. You can contact them on telephone number 537-9497. That's 537-9497. Folks, here what we're doing right now. We're taking a break, and when we come back, well, you know, play Smash Up again. Stay right there.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful
Hello? I can't see you.
What's good?
But I can't even hear you.
Yo.
Hello? Hello? Ah!
Okay, I see you. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah, there you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel. Saturday, April 13th is the date. 4 p.m. is the time. It's the 3rd annual Grenada Invitational. World-class athletes, world-class performances, and a world-class facility. Come see Olympians Andre DeGrasse, Shellyan, Fraser Price, Braylon Toplin, Asafa Powell, Lyndon Victor, and the cast of superstars at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Tickets are now on sale at godofed.com. Grenadian Optical, Duty Free Caribbean, Maxis Bar, and Venus. Saturday, April 13th. Grenada Invitational. See you there.
McIntyre, top of the screen in the colors of Grenada with a bit of a lead.
To keep it fresh, chill it. To get it hot, cook it. To keep it clean, wash it. Do all that and more with top brand appliances from Quartz. Try that recipe on a new stove. Keep those fruit bowls chilled in the latest design fridge. Get laundry done with a brand new washer and dryer combo. Purchase any Whirlpool product and get a chance to win $8,000. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing until June. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Alrighty, folks, and that's it right there. Here's what we got for you coming up. Who can guess? The first person to guess correctly? Who can guess what's coming up next? Folks, we got for you the national report. Stay tuned for that. And by the way, I'm not sure if we can do the entire national report tonight because it's a bit lengthy, but we'll see what we can do, all right?
Former CXC registrar says additional costs for marking SBAs will have to be passed on to students. Details to this story and more in the national report. Welcome back with the details on Monday, April 8th. I am Sherian Noel. Former Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of CXC, Dr. Didicus Jules, says CXC cannot afford to make payments being demanded by some of the region's teachers to correct students' school-based assessments. He was responding to reports of threats by the teachers not to correct the SBAs if payment is not forthcoming. Dr. Jules says if forced to pay, CXC will have to pass on the additional cost to students. More details from regional reporter Stanley Lucien.
No, I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed because the issue of payment for marking exams in general arose when I was registrar of CXC. And one of the first things I had done was to go to council asking for a significant increase in the subventions paid to CXC in order to pay markers much more because there had been no increase for the preceding 25 years. So we felt that it was necessary to ensure that markers were given, more significant compensation for their marking.
During his tenure at the helm of CXC, Dr. Jules says he and the man who currently occupies his former seat tried desperately to address that concern.
The SBA from its inception was one of the most far-sighted things that the CXC could have done that distinguished it from Cambridge. Because as you know, just let's speak conceptually. First of all, the SBA is an opportunity to for students to apply the knowledge in whatever subject that they are doing to real life and to show the application of knowledge. That's one dimension. The second important dimension is that it is an opportunity for the teacher, the classroom teacher, who has interacted with the students throughout the year, to have a significant input into the grading, whatever is the final grade of their students, and therefore not just rely on a 2 or 3 hour exam, do or die.
The Caribbean Examination Council has held firm to the view that school-based assessment is part of the normal classroom duties for teachers, and they should therefore not be paid any additional amount for assessing the SBAs.
It's very unfortunate because I think in some ways, this is a debate that is focused on the money, and the SBAs it's not a monetary thing. Neither was it meant to be an imposition on teachers that would, unduly tie up their time and create extra effort. All of that was supposed to be fitted within the ambit of the work that they do in their classrooms, and to give value to that in awarding final grades to students.
The Caribbean Examination Council is one of the region's outstanding successes, with passes in CXC subjects accepted for registering for post-secondary courses in the Caribbean, the United Kingdom, India, the United States, and other places. CXC, because of its use of innovation and its credibility, is considered a model in many far-flung regions of the world.
During the government's weekly post-cabinet briefing last week Tuesday, Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Honorable Emmeline Pear, gave her ministry's position on the subject.
The Ministry of Education's position on this is that SBAs are part of the assessment, normal assessment of students. And we expect that this would form part of the regular assessment duties in accordance with the Education Act of our teachers. Now, it is not unique to Grenada that teachers feel that they should be paid additional, because for many, they feel that the last-minute extra work that has to be done, for some, they think that is a lot of work to be done at the end of the period. But we are saying if SBAs are done in the way that is prescribed to be done, we should not have what is happening now. So at this stage, a child should not be starting an SBA, probably if you talk about 2 weeks ago, or a child should not be rushing all over the place to get things done. What we expect would be happening is that over the period, the consistency, the continuous process would eliminate a lot of that end of period work that some persons have.
There is interest for sponsorship for a second edition of the National Secondary School Games, which was held at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on Friday. The games were organized by the Grenada government through the Ministry of Education in response to the cancellation of the Intercall Games by the Grenada Association of Principals of Secondary Schools. Government said the decision was taken to ensure that students were not deprived of an opportunity to showcase their talent. Mr. Jerry Alexis, Curriculum Officer for Sports in the Ministry of Education, says the games were successful and have the potential to grow.
Definitely we're going to see a continuation. I think anything new in Grenada, you always receive some challenges, you always have questions about it. So the southern zone, as you noted, I wouldn't say it was a failure, however, it wasn't what we expected. There were a lot of positive coming out of it. And the sports grew from that. We went to the western side, western zone, and it was bigger. St. Andrews was bigger, and then Carriacou asked for 2 days, to do the meet. Come next year, hopefully we might have to do 2 days for every zone in order for us to get the field events and stuff in. But definitely we're going to have it next year. As I said on Beyond the Headlines on Monday, I would have spoken to an individual who's very, very interested in the games, collaborating with the government of Grenada, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sports to be exact, to having these games next year. Even yesterday I spoke to the individual again and he said, listen, Alexis, I was even speaking to an international sponsor yesterday, So I mean, come next year, please the Lord, I think we're going to be bigger and better as relates to these games.
During the official opening ceremony, Education Minister Honorable Emily Pear reaffirmed her government's commitment to put the interests of the nation's students first.
When the Ministry of Education, through the Minister of Education, was informed by the Principals Association that in 2019 there will be no need to form, a decision was taken that the Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the Ministry of Sports, will hold the National Secondary School Games to ensure that we provide an opportunity for all of our athletes. Following this, a meeting was held with all of the principals, and we outlined the way forward as it relates to the hosting of the zonal games and the national meet today. I also want to use this opportunity at this opportune time to look back at Intercorp over the years and the tremendous opportunities that it gave to our students many years ago and in very recent times, and to use the opportunity to commend and express appreciation to all of those who have been involved in one way or the other. And I want to at this time recognize even to the very first Intercorp meet those who were involved.
A number of athletes achieved personal bests on the tracks and on the field during the games. Corinne, you first won 155 was the height when you defeated all your other competitors. You went to 161 and then you went to 164 and I think you were trying, was it 168?
Yeah, I was trying my best to do 168, but just, anytime they clapping and things, this kind of make me feel nervous and things, so I tried my best.
So how hard did you train for today?
I trained really hard. Took me some years, but see today I did well. I can congrats myself for that.
And how happy are you for this opportunity to come down here, and showcase your skill in high jump?
Opportunity.
You're happy for that opportunity?
Yeah, really happy.
And how do you feel it would turn out for the schools that make up the Eastern Zone in this inaugural championship?
It make them feel proud, real pride and thing, But when the preps, everybody come in for next year, please the Lord, make them feel really good knowing that Corey Mason jumped this already. And they come to break my record and everything, so yeah.
Well, I made my personal best 195, so I see a chance to do the 2 meters, so I had to take it.
So how hard have you trained for today?
Well, it's just been back and forth because for the week I rested, so get the muscles ready for today and stuff. Well, I've been training hard, doing my extra work home and stuff.
Thank you very much, and that's the national report for you for today. Thank you very much, Sherry Ann, and everyone else who was a part of the production of the national report. Folks, we take a look at the weather, see what it's like. It is now about 25 degrees Celsius and should fall to about 24 degrees as the low for tonight. Now, precipitation 11%, humidity 84%, wind 18 kilometers per hour. And that's your generic weather report for tonight. And before we pack it in for tonight, I want to say hello to a few people currently tuned in on tonight's program. We want to say hello to Clisilda, Charmaine, Samantha, Sharon, Rayburn, Shireen, Noreen, Wayne, Asha. We have Deslin, we have Ezron, we have Patsy, we have Camille, Peter Kin, that's Mary, we have Quincy, we have Rita, Shireen again, Allah, Deslin, Trevelin, Jade, Noreen, Osric, Deborah, and I see that we have with us as well, did I say, okay, yes, I already called your name, Colette, Noreen, and yes, I see you, Patsy. Good night to you too. All right, and everyone else, Kirin is there as well. Everyone else who is usually on the program, we want to say thanks and blessings to you. All right, the folks who are on Angel, I see you as well, and Garvin, hey, big up, bro. What's happening, bro? All right, all the people who are usually on the Tony, I see you as well. I see Peter as well. All the people who are usually on the program, I want to say thank you for so doing. Those of you who are in WPG10, we always know that you're there. We want to say how much we appreciate you, the staff of WPG10, the technical staff, and as well those of you who are viewing via cable. All right, folks, we have a lot of news to tell you about. Of course, I want to encourage you to check out our website. That is MikeyLive.com. That's MikeyLive.com, where you can find stories that you heard tonight and many more right there. All right, the website is always there. You can as well find all past programs on our website, MikeyLive.com. Folks, that's as far as we can go for tonight. Let's do this together. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we all say, Ja! No! Good night, everyone. God bless you and your family.